Greetings! Mandatory79 here, and welcome back to another deck profile video for Cardfight Vanguard Deer Days. Alrighty then, let's get started. Pressing the A button now. Loading game, loading save, and proceeding. Here we are in the main menu, so let's get on over to the edit deck menu. Here we are in the edit deck menu. And now in today's video, the deck profile I'm going to be doing one for is Stoicheia's Mysterious Reign Spiritualist Zorga D-BT01. Alrighty, let's get started. Going to a blank space here, create new deck. Choosing Stoicheia. And as I just mentioned before, the deck profile I'll be making in this video is for Stoicheia Nation's Mysterious Reign Spiritualist Zorga, mainly with cards available up until only D-BT01, so let's get started. So first, the Grade 3 lineup, right deck, Grade 3, Mysterious Reign Spiritualist Zorga. His skills are, first skill, continuous as a Vanguard. When you play a normal order, you can bind a normal order with a different card name from your drop zone and Alchemagic, combine the costs and add the effect to the back. And the second skill, action as a Vanguard, once per turn, counterblast 1. If the cost has been paid, choose a card from your drop zone and call to the rearguard circle. So for Zorga, he's the main Grade 3 to play in this deck. For his first skill, whenever you play a normal order from your hand, you can bind and play an additional normal order that's a different one from the first one you use and activate both effects. So for Zorga's first effect, Alchemagic, it's more or less that lets you play 2 orders in a single turn. And the second skill, just by paying a mere counterblast of 1, you can call any card from your drop zone to your rear guard. Thus, you'll always have a supporting attacker or backward supporter thanks to Zorga's second skill. So for Zorga, we're playing 4 of him. Now let's go to Filter, Pack, and only show cards for up until D-BT01, Genesis of the 5 Greats. Apply Filter. Next, the Grade 3, Normal Order, Grief, Despair, and Rejection. Its skill is, play with a counterblast of 1 if the cost has been paid. If your Vanguard is Mysterious Reign Spiritualist Zorga, choose 3 of your units and it can get plus 10,000 power until the end of the turn. So for Grief, Despair, and Rejection, it's a support order for the Mysterious Reign Spiritualist Zorga unit. Just by having Zorga as your Vanguard and playing a mere counterblast of 1, this order card can give 3 of your units, either your Vanguard and or your rear guards, plus 10,000 power, making it a good way to overwhelm your opponent with tons of power and powerful attacks. So for this order, Grief, Despair, and Rejection, we're playing 4 of him. And now the Grade 3, Hydraulic Ram Dragon. Its skill is auto. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, if your bind zone is an order card, this unit gets plus 5,000 power until the end of the battle. So for Hydraulic Ram Dragon, it's a good card to use with the Zorga deck, since Zorga's Alchemagic skill lets you bind orders from your drop zone. So as soon as you activate Alchemagic with Zorga, you'll be guaranteed to have Hydraulic Ram Dragon as a 18,000 point attacker from the front row. So for Hydraulic Ram, we're playing 2 of him. And now to the Grade 2 lineup. For the Grade 2s, we got right deck, Grade 2, Black Tears Husk Dragon. His skills are, first skill, auto. When placed on the Vanguard circle, choose up to 1 normal order from your drop zone and put it into your hand. And the second skill, continuous as a rear guard. If you played an order this turn, this unit gets plus 5,000 power. So for Black Tears, he's the main Grade 2 to ride in this deck. For his first skill, just by riding him, you can take any normal order from your drop zone, putting it back to your hand. So for example, if you pay the right deck cost of discarding a normal order from your hand to ride Black Tears, you can immediately add it back to your hand thanks to his Black Tears' first skill and his second skill. As long as you play an order in that turn, Black Tears can serve as a 15,000 point attacker from the front row. So for Black Tears, we're playing 4 of him and putting him in the right deck, 1 of him. Next up, the Grade 2, Normal Order, Tearful Malice. Its skill is, play with retiring 2 rear guards. If the cost has been paid, you can draw a card, put this into your soul, and countercharge 1. So for Tearful Malice, it's a pretty helpful card in the long run. As long as you don't mind giving up 2 rear guards, not only can you restock your hand, but also restock your soul and countercharge 1. So this is a good card to help you deal with the high pressure of having more cards in hand, more cards to Soul Blast with, and more Counter Blast to work with. So for this order card, we're playing 3 of it. Next, let's see. Yep, this is it. Next, we're playing the Grade 2 Inheritance Maiden, Hendrina. Her skills are: the first skill, Auto. When placed on the rearguard circle, you may discard 3 cards from your deck. And the second skill, Action. As a rearguard, cost, retire this unit. If the cost isn't paid until the end of the turn, the next time you would Alchemy Magic in order and play it, you can choose not to pay the Soul Blast cost for the Alchemy Magic order. So for Hendrina, she's another support card for the Zorga decks, mainly Alchemy Magic. For her first skill, just by calling her, you can then drop the top 3 cards of your deck to your drop zone. So this way, it'll be easier to get order cards in your drop zone to Alchemy Magic with. And the second skill, as long as you don't mind giving up Hendrina in your rear guard, if you want to Alchemy Magic an order from your drop zone that pays any Soul Blast, Hendrina will make that Alchemy Magic order a no cost. So Hendrina is a good card to have in your rear guard, and not only to increase the number of orders in your drop zone, but to also reduce the cost of the orders you play. So for her, we're playing 4. Next up, the Great 1 lineup. For the Great Ones in this deck, we have Right Deck, Great 1, Rancor Chain. His skills are: first skill, Action. As a Vanguard, once per turn, Soul Blast 1. If the cost isn't paid, draw 2 cards. Then choose up to 1 order card from your hand and discard it. And if you did not discard, choose 2 cards from your hand and discard them instead. And the second skill, Continuous. As a rear guard, if you played an order this turn, this unit gets plus 2,000 power. So for Rancor Chain, he's the main Great 1 to ride in this deck. For his first skill, as long as you have him in your Vanguard, as long as you don't mind Soul Blasting 1 card, he can let you draw 2 cards, but you have to discard an order from your hand. Otherwise, you have to discard the 2 cards you drew. So he's a good way to not only restock your hand, but to fill up your drop zone of order cards to Alchemy Magic with later on. And the second skill, as long as you played an order on the same turn, then Rancor Chain can serve as a 10,000 point booster from the back row. So for Rancor Chain, we're playing 1 of him and putting it in the order zone. Next up, the Great 1, normal order, Spiritual Body Condensation. Its skill is: play this card with a Soul Blast of 1. If the cost isn't paid, you can choose a card with grade equal or less than your Vanguard from your drop zone and call to your rear guard, and it gets plus 5,000 power until the end of the turn. So this is a pretty good card to have in the Zorga decks if you play more orders than rear guards. For Condensation skill, just by playing a mere Soul Blast of 1, you can superior call any rear guard from the drop zone that's equal or less than your Vanguard in terms of grade, and it gets plus 5,000 power. Thus you'll be able to stock up your field with attacking units or boosting units. So for Spiritual Body Condensation, we're playing 4 of him. Next up, the Great 1, Conspiring Mutant at Mantis. Its skill is Auto. When this unit is placed on the rearguard circle, choose one of your other rear guards and it gets plus 5,000 power until the end of the turn. So Atlantis is a pretty basic card to use in the Stoicheia Nation. Just by calling it, another rear guard of the field gets plus 5,000 power. So for Atlantis, usually it may not seem much, but its own effect really works well with either Zorga's second skill that lets you superior call from the drop zone, or the Great 1 orders Spiritual Body Condensation to superior call it from the drop zone. So more or less, either you call it from hand or you call it from the drop zone. Atlantis will always be able to use its skill to add power, so it's a pretty useful card to have in some sense. So we're playing 3 Atlantis in this deck. Next up, the Great 1, Planner, Prevent Dragon, Sentinel, Perfect Guard. Skills are: first skill, Continuous, Sentinel. You may have only up to 4 cards with Sentinel in the deck. And second skill, Auto. When this unit is placed on the Guardian Circle, choose one of your units, and it cannot be hit until the end of that battle. If your hand has 2 more cards, choose a card from your hand and discard it. So Planner, Prevent Dragon is like any other Perfect Guard in the Cardfight Vanguard trading card game. Just by guarding with it and discarding a card from your hand, you can completely block any enemy attack. But he also features an ability unique to all the D standard format Perfect Guards. When used to guard with, if you have less than 2 cards in hand, you will not have to pay the usual discard 1 cost, thus making it a no-cost Perfect Guard in desperate and last-minute situations. So it's a pretty good card to have in overall. So for Planner Prevent, we're playing 4 him. And next up, the Grade 0 lineup. For the Great Zeros. Here we go. Right deck, Great Zero, Dream Nibbling. Skills are auto. When this unit is written on top of, if you went second, draw a card. So for Nibbling, he's the starting unit of this deck. His skill is simply just right on top of him. If you went second, draw a card. So for Nibbling, we're playing 1 and then putting it in the right deck. Next, let's undo the filter. And then apply filter, rarity, starter deck, SD, apply. From the starter deck, we're playing the 4 critical triggers. Silverhorn Beast, Jackalope, critical trigger. We're playing 4 of it. Next, let's head on back to undoing the SD filter and then reapplying the D-BT01 filter. Next, the other triggers. The Great Zero, Abyss Temptation, critical trigger. We're playing 4 of it. Then the Great Zero, Lost Child of Attachment, draw a trigger. We're playing 3 of her. And then the Great Zero, Elegant Pixie, heal trigger. We're playing 4 of her. And now last but not least, the Great Zero, Source Dragon, Deity of Blessings, Bless Favor, over trigger. Its skill is additional effects. Draw a card, choose one of your units, it gets +1 critical until the end of the turn. All of your front row units gets +10,000 power. And if your damage zone has the same number of cards as your opponent or more, choose a card from your damage zone and heal it. So for Bless Favor, he's the main over trigger for the Stoicheia Nation. Like any other over trigger in the Cardfight Vanguard trading card game, it's the same skill. Just by revealing it in a drive check or damage check, you get 100 million power and draw a card, but it also features another ability unique to it. Its second skill, mainly when revealed during a drive check on your turn, you can draw a card, give one of your units +1 critical, your front row gets +10,000 power, and as long as you have equal or more damage to your opponent, you heal 1. So basically, Bless Favor is all 4 of the D standard format triggers combined into one massive trigger. So overall, Bless Favor is a pretty good card to have, especially when you reveal it in a drive check. So for Bless Favor, we're playing 1 of him, and there we go. Next up, we just pretty much finished building the deck and explained the card effects. So let's save the deck. Here it is. And now after having just built the deck and explained the card effects, this is the deck build we're playing for this video. So for the deck build in this video, we have 4 Grade 3 Mysterious Reign Spiritualist Zorga, 4 Grade 3 Grief, Despair, and Rejection, 2 Grade 3 Hydraulic Ram Dragon, 4 Grade 2 Inheritance Maiden Hendrina, 4 Grade 2 Black Tears Husk Dragon, 3 Grade 2 Tearful Malice, 4 Grade 1 Planner Prevent Dragons, 4 Grade 1 Spiritual Body Condensation, 1 Grade 1 Rancor Chain, 3 Grade 1 Conspiring Mutant at Mantis, 1 Grade 0 Dream Nibbling, 8 Critical Triggers, 3 Draw Triggers, 4 Heal Triggers, and finally 1 Over Trigger, Bless Favor. Okay, I pretty much explained the deck's build and card effects. Next, let's get on to testing out the deck. But before that, let's just rename the deck, change deck name, rename it. Let's see. Zorga, Z-O-R-G-A, Zorga, save. Saved. Now we just change the deck sleeves, change sleeves. For the sleeves in this deck, okay, first off, I'm going to use Zorga as the right deck sleeve, press Y. And for the main deck sleeves, we're playing Stoicheia Nation, press A. Okay, let's head back. And now I pretty much explained the deck's build, card effects, change the deck's name, and change the card sleeves. Let's get on to testing out the deck. Heading back to main menu. And now to the fight menu. CPU fight. Selecting the Zorga deck I just built. And now for my opponent, I guess I'll fight Zakuza Ishigame. Normal difficulty. And the match begins. Let's get started. So we're deciding who goes first. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Scissors to scissors. Paper. I lose. Going second. Okay. Drawing our starting hands. Not gonna redraw. Keep the current hand. Alright, my opponent goes first. He rides Root Tip. Skill to add an order to hand. He adds Overcoming an Eternity. Okay. My turn. I draw. Okay, then I'm going to ride. From my right deck, Rancor Shane. I discard the Order, Tearful Malice. Right, Rancor Chain. Nibbling Skill. I draw a card. I drew a critical trigger. Then activate Rancor Chain skill. I can Soul Blast 1 and draw 2 cards. I discard Spiritual Body Condensation. And now, okay, beginning battle phase. My Vanguard attacks the Vanguard, 8k. Drive check. No trigger. And now damage check for my opponent. What's he getting? No trigger, okay. And that's the end of my turn. My opponent's turn. He rides Cubizia, okay. He calls it 2 Great 2s, Da'ai, Caligula, and Rayozia. He plays the card in the bottom of the deck, okay. Then no guard. Out. Damage check. Critical trigger, yes! I give all effects to my Vanguard. And now, it's a Vanguard to Vanguard. 1 trigger to pass, no guard. No trigger, yes, the attack does not hit. Attack blocked. Now it's Vanguard, 18,000, okay. I guard the draw trigger, 23,000. Blocked. And okay. My turn, I stand and draw. I'm going to ride from my right deck, Black Tears, Husk Dragon. I'm going to discard from my hand the right deck cost. Hendrina. Riding Husk Dragon skill. I take a order card from my drop zone, add to my hand. I add Spiritual Body Condensation. Next up, I call Hendrina to the rear guard. Hendrina skill, I drop the top 3 cards of my deck. The cards I dropped were, alright, a critical, an order, and a Black Tears. Alrighty then, next up I call Black Tears, Husk Dragon. And then I activate Spiritual Body Condensation. I Soul Blast Rancor Chain. I Superior Call from the drop zone, Rancor Chain to the left. Adding power. Adding more power. There we go, that should do it. Then beginning battle phase. First off, Hendrina attacks the rear guard. Rear guard Caligula. No guard, 1 rear guard down. Now my Vanguard attacks the Vanguard, 10,000 power. No guard, drive check. No trigger. 1 hit. And damage check, it's a no trigger, okay. Next up, Black Tears boosted by Rancor Chain attacks the Vanguard, 30,000 power in total. No guard, okay. Attack hits. And damage check, no trigger, alright. That's the end of my turn. My opponent's turn. He rides Cardinal Dominus, Orifice Ragus, okay. He's activating his skill to set an order of Overcoming an Eternity, okay. Vanguard skill, he applies another Overcoming an Eternity, okay. Abyssal Dark Knight is active. Rear guard attacks the Vanguard, okay, then I guard with 15,000 shield. 25,000. Attack blocks. Now his Vanguard attacks my Vanguard. He's activating his Vanguard skill. He superior calls a Shadow Army token, adding power to Vanguard. Overcoming Eternity's skill, he adds power to the Shadow Army token. Same skill, another power boost. Okay, not good. No guard. Take the hit. Critical trigger, seriously? And his second check is a no trigger, okay, but he can Persona right next turn, not good for me. Here comes the Vanguard to Vanguard. Ow. Damage check, no trigger. Second check. Heal trigger, alright. I cannot heal, but power to Vanguard. Vanguard to Vanguard, I still need 20,000 to guard. Alrighty then, I'm going to guard with a heal trigger and intercept with Hendrina. Guard. Intercept, total 40,000. The attack is blocked. Alright, it's my turn. I stand and draw. I'm going to ride from my right deck. Mysterious Rain Spiritualist, Zorga. I discard from my hand Zorga at the cost. Riding. Zorga running, and then I'm going to activate. Alright, first I'm gonna call Ant Mantis to the rear guard. At Mantis' skill, I give 5,000 power to Black Tears. There we go. Then I'm activating Zorga's skill. I counterblast 1 and superior call from my drop zone. I superior call Hendrina to the rear guard. Then Hendrina's skill. Place 3 cards to my drop zone. It was an order and okay, 2 critical triggers. Next up, I play Tearful Malice. And I Alchemagic. Spiritual Body Condensation. I retire Rancor Chain and Atmantis. And then I Soul Blast Black Tears. I draw a card, counter charge, and next up I superior call from the drop zone Rancor Chain to the left here. Power added. And I'm gonna call, I call Atmantis to the rear guard here. Skill, I give 5,000 power to a rear guard. I'm giving to Hendrina. And now, beginning battle phase. My Vanguard attacks the Vanguard. No guard, twin drive, first check. No trigger. Second check. No trigger. Alright, here it comes. 1 damage. The attack strikes. And damage check from my opponent. What's he getting? No trigger. Okay, perfect guard. Next up, my Hendrina boosted by Mantis attacks the Vanguard. He guards, okay. Now, let's see. Black Tears boosted by Rancor Chain attacks the Vanguard, 35,000 power. He cannot guard, 1 damage. And damage check, it's no trigger, okay. 5 damage, so that's the end of my turn. My opponent's turn. He Persona rides. Another Orpheus Regis, power added and adding another set order. Superior call to Shadow Token and adding power, alright. Again, the same skill. Power added. Vanguard, okay. Rear guard. No guard, take one hit. Ow! Damage check. No trigger. Alright, no guard, take the hit. Ow! Damage check. Draw trigger, yes! I give power to my Vanguard and I draw a card. Vanguard to Vanguard. Skill activated, he's superior calling a Shadow Army token. He calls one. Power added, okay. Adding power to Vanguard as well. Order skill, he's adding more power. Again, the same skill, he adds power. This is not good for me, okay. I perfect guard with Planner Prevent. And I discard to activate its cost. I'm gonna discard Hydraulic Ram as the cost. Perfect guard. Critical trigger, oh no. Adding power to the other Shadow Army. Not good for me. And draw trigger, no! Double trigger. And attack blocked, okay. Alright, I perfect guard with Planner Prevent Dragon. I'm going to discard from my hands. Let's see, what's the discard? I discard Zorga, perfect guard. Alright, the attack is blocked. Now it's my turn. I stand and drop. Not gonna ride. Next up. This is a tough choice, okay. In my drop zone, let's see. Alright, first off, I'm going to activate Hindrina's skill and retire herself. Next, I activate Zorga's skill. Counterblast 1. I superior call to my back row. At Mantis, I give power to, let's see, at Mantis on the right. Next up, I play Order, Spiritual Body Condensation. I Alchemagic, Grief, Despair, and Rejection. I Soul Blast, Tearful Malice, and Counterblast 1. Next first, then, I Superior Call from the drop zone, Hydraulic Ram Dragon, to the rear guard. Power added, and then I activate my Despair and Rejection to give 3 units of my field plus power. I give the front row the 10,000 power. There we go. And now, beginning battle phase, my Zorga attacks the Vanguard, 31,000 power. Double guard, okay, 43,000. So, twin drive, first check, no trigger, and second check, come on. No trigger, double perfect guard. Attack blocked, and now, Hydraulic Ram boosted by Mantis attacks the Vanguard, 41,000 power. Then Hydraulic Ram skill, another 5,000 power, 46,000 power. Perfect guard, oh no! Okay. The final attacker. Black Tears boosted by Rancor Shade attacks the Vanguard, 35,000 power. He guards! He used up his entire hand. Okay, that's the end of my turn. Oh, come on, the card he drew was a Persona Ride? Seriously? Skill to discard cards and calling another Shadow Army token. Skill added, gets more power. This is not good for me. And okay.
Vanguard attack.
Alright, no guard. Gotta take the hit. Ow! Come on, damage check. Heal trigger, alright! I give all effects to my Vanguard and heal 1 point of damage.
Vanguard attack.
Still not enough. And you can call another Shadow Army later. This is a tough choice, okay. I perfect guard. I discard Hendrina from my hand. Perfect guard. Now here comes another attack from the Vanguard. A huge attack boost, and hey, it's not calling any more Shadow Armies. Why not? When this discard a card from your hand. Oh, he has no hand cards, that's why. Okay. So I can still survive the attack. Okay, I no-cost perfect guard with plan to prevent dragon. Skill activated. No-cost perfect guard. Here comes the drive check. Oh, come on, a heal trigger? Seriously? And second check. No trigger, okay. Alright then, it's my turn. I stand and drop. Come on. Trigger, seriously? Alright. Battle phase. Vanguard attacks. No, wait. Hold on. Okay. Going to battle phase. My Vanguard attacks the Vanguard. He guards. Oh no. Okay. Twin drive, press check. Over trigger. Alright, that's just what I needed. I give power to my Vanguard. Critical to my Vanguard. And power to the front row. Heal 1 damage. And alright, second check. No trigger. And now the attack breaks through. 2 damage on its way. Here it comes, 2 damage first. No trigger, and second, what is it? No trigger, alright! 6 damage, I win. That was tough. So, okay, I win. I got 700 BP from winning, healed 6 damage, attacked at 100,000 more power, perfect guard 3 times, drew an over trigger, 8 turns passed, did a superior call, retired 5 or more opposing units, and drew 3 times in a single turn. I got 3,050 VP, total 8,200 VP, not bad. Pressing A to go next. Okay, now we head on back to the main menu. And then to the edit deck menu. And now I pretty much finished explaining the deck's build, card effects, and tested out the deck in front of you. So with that, that's just about all the time we have for today. So first off, I want to say thank you to the viewers watching today's video, and to please stay tuned for more videos I plan to upload again in the near future. I also hope you all show your support by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my videos and channel. And with that, I say goodbye and see you all soon.